Alright, we're back. I want to show you guys something that I'm working on here. This is called a shooting board. You're probably thinking, Steve, what are you talking about? Well, the whole basis of woodworking is straight lines and square corners. Without that, you got nothing. Everything's going to not line up properly. So what I have here is a nice machinist square. I've got a whole set of these. Put this up here, run it down the edge, and boom, look at that. Hit it right on the money. Right on the money. So what I'm going to do is I take my plane. This is a jack plane. They actually have special planes just for this, but I'm not rich. You put this down here on the side. Put your wood up here like this. Okay? And then it's not going to work this way, but you stroke up and down. And it takes a slice. What it'll eventually do is square everything up. So I'm just going to sit it down here for a second. See how it works out. Let's see what's going on. Okay? It takes a little time. This is a little plain, but this is poplar. But you look on the edges. But you look on the edges now, and it's nice and square. So that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to put these pieces of walnut up here, like this. Bring them over, and make sure they're square. Because this is going to be my box for my shaving kit. This is the base. Side. This is a side. This is a side. This is a side. And this is a side. And they all got to fit together nice and square. That's the important part. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get these all squared up. It may take me all day long. I've never shot walnut before. I know it's hardwood. See how it looks. But it's got to be done, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll update as I go along. Oh yeah, I got the box fitted. How it's going to go together. You can see this symbol right here. Let me get my pointer here. This symbol right here. This means it's the outer facing edge. Okay. These numbers here, of course, are this number 3 and number 3. They go together. 4 and 4 go together all the way around. And then it's marked on the top. Which one's top? Which one's bottom? So the way this one's going to go, this is the bottom right here. This will be the top. Then I'll cut the joints here. Here, I'm going to go. Tails will be going in right here. Okay, and then the pins will be in this one right here. Hopefully that'll make more sense as we progress through. So stand by. It's going to get technical now. You're right. All right, we've got a 4.5. I think 4.5. Let's roll this over. Yes, it's a 4.5 inch piece of walnut. I have measured in a 1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch. These are what are called tail pins. Okay. Now we're going to take our protractors and we're gonna. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure. I'm going to mark, find out where at the halfway mark is. So now we got 4.5. We should have a straight up even 4 inches, and we do. You got to realize I can't see very well, so I'm just kind of winging this. So let's go like this, put it there. Okay. And we're going to come up over here. We're going to go right here is halfway. Okay. We'll take that and we'll make a better mark on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut it off for a second. I'm going to get the calipers out, and I'm going to mark out. Preferably, I'm thinking 3 tails for this. It'll look better. So, hang on, let me get things set up, get things marked out, and I'll show you how we go about doing this, okay? Stand by. I hope this makes sense to you, but I went through and kind of pasted out. This is dead center right here. This is 2 inches from here to here. It's 4.5 inches, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. So what I've done is taken these this caliper, this protractor, these compass, whatever you want to call it, and I've preset it. So what we want to do is we want to line up the outside piece of it here on the very edge. Don't make any holes yet. We're going to mark it off and see how many we can get. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's right on that line, which is perfect. Then we come back over here to this side, do the same thing just to make sure. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, dead on. So what I'm going to do is go through and mark them, make a divot. So I'll show you after I get done. So stand by. I'm going to mark these out, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what we got going on. This is probably going to be very hard to see, but I took this device right here, which is a marking gauge, set it to the depth of the wood, which is all the pieces are all the same. Okay, I'll put it on there, bring it up, dropped it down. Then it made a spot for this line. I don't know if you can see it or not. Well, there's a line right there. That is a line that runs straight across. That's how deep I'm going to be cutting the pin, the tails on this one here. So that's, I don't want to cut past that line. So I'm going to take my square and I'm going to darken that in with pencil so I can see it. Y'all know I'm blind, so I need all the help I can get. So that's what's going on here. Then on the top, up here, you can see it. Let me kind of angle it off. You can see. You see, I got the tail pins marked. I got the center, exact dead center marked, and then three tails off of that. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it'll make more sense as I go along. You'll be able to see more because there'll be actually saw cuts there. It makes it a lot easier to see. So I'm going to go through and finish marking everything out. I'm going to use the my Cat's Moses, this thing right here. Now wait a minute, it's got a magnet on it, and they're pretty tough. This thing right here, I'm using this for my tails. It's called it's a Cat's Moses marking gauge. It has tails and pins and shoulders, and this one is a let's see, this is an 8-to-1 ratio. So if you go 1 inch this way, 8 inches that way, that angle is 8-to-1. That's what this is going to cut at. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to get things set back up again, break out the saw, mark this stuff out, and see how bad it works. Stick around. This is going to get interesting. No, not really. Hey, there's a story to be told here. This is a tailboard. See that T right there? That says it's a tail. That's the tail. Tail going to be over here. That fishy thing means this is the outside of the board. This is it's going to go like this. This is going to be up. This is going to be because the fish is facing that way. Okay? That's what this is all about. I've marked this line here, which also happens to be the same thickness as the wood I'm using. So this is how deep I don't want to go past this line when I cut the tails. And I'm going to use the Cat's Moses 8-to-1 saw and jig to make things work better. So stick around. We'll see how this works out. I'll show you when I'm done. So if everything goes smoothly, we'll have some pretty nice, neat tails cut here. And I just want to do a quick update that this piece of wood needs to be level and flat. So what I do is I take my old trusty broken bubble gauge and just set it up there and look at it. Let's see, you can probably see it. Well, anyways, you can barely see it. It's flat, it's level, so we're good to go. So now I can take the Cat's Moses. Look on the top of it here. I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says, wait a minute, tail, pin, shoulder. So I'm going to be using the tail, so I'll be putting it on the top like this, okay, and making my cuts. Tails. So this is what we're going to use this one to make this cut. We'll slide all the way over here to the next dot, make that cut. We'll do these facing, and we'll spin the unit around and go back the other way. So that's what I'm going to do next, and hopefully when I get done there'll be some nice pretty saw marks for you to look at. And as you can see here, I've cut 1, 2, 3, 4 saw cuts right there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the board around the other way and cut the rest of them, and that'll give me the cutouts for my tails. And then I'll fire this thing back up again and try to get you a better view of it. Stand by, we are cutting dovetails today. Alrighty, I'm back. As you can see now, let me get my pencil here. You can see we got here, we got a nice saw cut, here, 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 and here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 tails, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins. And when everything's done and good, these pieces of wood will go together nicely, and they'll look pretty. So I'm going to take a break, go load this up on the computer, see how it looks, and I will be back because I got some work to do. I got to remove the waste out of here. Now these are tails, so I'm going to be removing this. Let me show you here. You can see I've marked them down a little bit. I'm going to be moving this, 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 and this. And these will remain, and we will use those to cut out the pins. That'll be next. So stick around. The handicapped woodworker's trying to keep from cutting his fingers off.